Welcome to another edition of Voice of the Vet. Today is pretty cool. We're with a bunch of guys these guys are true professionals from every angle of the word, and you're going to find that out shortly. It's Protective Force International, and we're inside their offices. Wait till you see them; they're incredible. And over here on the wall, they even already got a certificate of special congressional. What's that thing? I got to take my glasses off. Recognition from Congresswoman Susie Lee. And so that shows you right there that they're amazing at what they do. So I'm going to stop talking. We're going to go talk to them, and we're going to give you a little tour around the building here. So let's go do it.
First off, I want to thank you guys for coming here. My name is Jonathan Alvarez. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Protective Force International. It's a security contracting firm that was started out here in Las Vegas with a mindset and a vision to change the standard of industry within security here in the Valley. We have a higher standard of hiring, training, and operational capacity that most other organizations don't have. So we pride ourselves in hiring the best and training the best so we can put them out on the streets and be the best. And that goes hand in hand with our work with the veteran community, which is, I believe, as a veteran myself, I'm a law enforcement and military veteran, that we are the cream of the crop who protect, the community and the sheepdogs of the nation. So why not offer them comparable benefits and good salaries and awesome work serving the community here in Las Vegas.
How long have you been in business, Jonathan?
So the actual corporation was incorporated September of 2018, but operations only started of March of 2019. So we have grown quickly and have been pretty much identified as one of the fastest growing security organizations here in the Valley for reasons that we can prove and can guarantee. Less crime on our properties, more visibility, better client management, and hiring true professionals within the industry to make a difference. And we've noticed that when you hire the right people for the job, they are actually passionate about what they do. So in turn, your communities are safer, they care about work, and they actually go above and beyond because they believe in the same mission as we do.
Now, in this short time, you guys have exceeded probably what most companies can do maybe in 5-10 years. I've seen it firsthand. It is amazing. How many employees do you have now?
So currently we have a little over 100 officers on our roster, and that includes full-time and part-time, because the industry in itself is not a normal industry. We get contracted, and pretty much the client usually sets the hours. So one client may have 24/7 coverage for a property, and then another client may only want 4 hours. So we tend to hire the right individual for our part-time positions and the right individuals for our full-time positions. So there are a lot of professionals here in the Valley who do come and work for us part-time, who have other full-time security jobs or other jobs in the industry, and they want to make extra money and wear our patch as well. So it's a morale booster for the department as a whole.
What kind of divisions do you have here within your organization?
Perfect. That's an excellent question. So we just stood up our bike unit. We have 3 new patrol bikes that are being sent out to some of the properties. We have our own canine unit with quite a few canines. The number usually grows as we start obtaining contracts. We have a mobile patrol division that goes around and
Saved by the bell.
Yeah, you need to grab this one for sure. I apologize. So do I start over or do I just...
Go ahead, man.
So the patrol division, that's for our clients who don't want on-site security. They want multiple checks throughout the day and throughout the night. So our officers go there in marked units and they conduct their patrols. And then we have our unarmed and our armed patrol division. They also are usually on the sites that have officers there permanently or in a specific hour that the clients need the security element for. And then within our those departments is pretty much the wonderful management team and admin team that makes this ginormous animal run, which includes finance, HR, compliance, our training division. We have our own academy that the officers go through and they get trained. And touching on that, what sets us aside as well is that we recently partnered with Police One Academy, which is an online training organization that probably I would say like hundreds of law enforcement agencies use throughout the nation, and we are now partnered with them. So all of our officers actually take online courses, the same online courses that police officers and law enforcement take. They in turn essentially have to do specific classes that also law enforcement has. So per Nevada mandates, there are certain classes like racial profiling, de-escalation tactics, legalities that are for Nevada. My officers have to take that as well. So they are in tune with the same training standards yearly that law enforcement has. So we're a very, very, very different company. We secure properties that are very difficult in difficult areas. So our services have to be very different. We are community minded, but I don't want to jump ahead. If you got some other good questions, I can ramble on. I love this place, so I can ramble it on forever.
Oh, not a problem. Do you guys, how are you dispatched? Do you have your own dispatch or do you have an outside dispatch?
No, we actually just finished our own dispatch operations center, which you guys can take a look at later. We have a dispatcher who coordinates, and we call her, we were talking about that before, the maestro. You know, at night she coordinates all the units going to different areas, make sure everybody's on post, writes reports, verifies reports. If there's anything going on, the dispatch service calls, the dispatchers get it and then are able to dispatch officers to that location. So we run very similar, like a very tiny police department.
Now you got bikes or bicycles. Do you have motorcycles at all?
No,
Okay.
not really needed in the industry as a whole. I have seen other security elements and organizations have it, not here in the Valley, usually in major metropolitan areas. We may get to that point. The sky's the limit with this organization, and we're very blessed to be able to have that opportunity. So right now, no.
So I guess the tank is out of the question.
I would like
But wanted.
that. Yeah, wanted a Bearcat. If you
Yeah.
had a Bearcat, as when I was on the law enforcement team back in Florida, we had Bearcats where we would do our operations out of. So yes, I would love a Bearcat.
That'd be great.
Gifted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many vehicles do you have?
So right now we have a fleet that continuously grows. I don't like to say the number because
Good.
ultimately I don't want the bad guys to know the numbers either.
Yeah.
So we kind of have that kind of information.
You have enough.
Yes, enough
Okay.
to patrol the areas that we're contracted.
Okay. Awesome. Anything else you want to add right now before we start our tour?
One thing that does set us aside is that I was going to touch on was our community element, our community engagement. All of our properties, we do additional patrols, things that we go above and beyond what our management team does, and they're very passionate about what they do, and they sacrifice their own time with their families to go and talk to families that are living in the residential communities to figure out what are the issues going on. You know, there are certain elements that law enforcement can't always be there. If our officers are usually there most of the time, they'll know what to address, who to talk to if there are certain issues. If law enforcement needs to be called, they're trained in that aspect. They know what to look for, what's out of the ordinary. And the only way to know these things is to engage with the community. And we do a really good job. We have, thousands of stickers that we hand out children so children can understand that individuals in uniform don't need to be scary. They can come up and talk to them. And our K-9 team goes out, and all our dogs are very friendly. They go out and they walk the properties as well. And kids love them. Everybody loves to take pictures with our officers, our units, our dogs. So it's just a different type of security that we're offering, and we're noticing that that's what the Valley needs. An organization that does go above and beyond, who hires the best in order for them to it's okay. In order for them to really get the best benefits and the best element of a security on their properties.
Now you talk about Metro. They're very, very busy, and like you said, they can't handle everything. How's the relationship with you guys and Metro?
So Metro is probably our largest ally We love everything they do. They offer us additional training that we go and attend. We work with their crime prevention specialists to identify hot areas on our property. We conduct analytics through our department and obtain crime statistics in our area to better suit whatever their needs are as well. Because we first work for the client, but as a whole, as a community, they're also playing a role in a response to what we do. So if we're able to curb crime on the property, they can also then in turn focus elsewhere that we may not be contracted on. So it works hand in hand. They're very, I haven't heard any negative. They're very happy to have, I patrol the properties with my officers a lot of the time. Whenever I have free time, I try to get out in the field and have a presence. It's getting harder these days as we continue to grow rapidly, but I don't want to lose that. So I see these patrol officers, the frontline metro officers, and they're always very thankful for us to be on the property and handle the situations like we do.
Outstanding. Let's go take a look at the rest of the office and meet some of the guys, and we'll talk more.
Absolutely.
All right.